Hey guys, what's going on? This is David from Shift Global. Today we're going to be talking about buying cheap stuff on eBay and Amazon. Are there people that sell good stuff on eBay and Amazon? Sure they are, but they're far and few in between. So you got to know what you're buying. So we had this customer with the Armada come in. These are the LED lights she bought off of Amazon, and she had us basically rip them out and install these kits, which we use from GENSSI. It's a quality made kit, and let me show you guys the difference here. You want to grab this one? All right, so the first thing you're going to notice is when you look at the kit that they have, see how the metal bracket that's inside of here is very flimsy. So you can't keep you can't keep it nice and stiff, so that way you can actually make sure that it doesn't hit the wheel or anything like that. Another thing is, look at these brackets. These are sad brackets right here. Okay, and we'll talk about a third thing, which is wiring, here in just a second. But I'm gonna give you an example of how these GENSSI kits looks like. And I'm not saying that GENSSI is the only company that makes a good quality product, but there's too many companies that make crappy products there. So let me disconnect this here real quick first. What you're gonna notice is the stiffness. Look how thick the steel is in comparison to the steel that they're using. So this is going to keep its structural integrity. So you're not going to be flexing and flopping around when you're hitting bumps, which makes it hit essentially maybe your inside of your wheel or your caliper or anything like that. That's a huge thing. You can't be using that. Number two is, let's say even if they did have it being nice and thick, but they had crappy brackets, that's not going to do anything because the brackets themselves are garbage. You got to use brackets that actually have nice thickness to them and they're structurally sound. You know, you can't be using these really flimsy brackets. So those are the two biggest points, aside from the fact that these things are horrendous when it comes to the light output, because the wiring is so thin, the output is really crappy. I mean, if you want to compare the thickness of the wiring just alone. But another thing too is, these wheel lights, and the majority of manufacturers, what they do is they have the wiring connected directly to the wheel light and going straight to the controller. What happens there is, if let's say one of your wheel lights goes out and you want to replace it, you got to yank all the wiring all the way from the back of your vehicle all the way to the front of the controller. Now these guys figured out what to do. They actually made the connection right there, where you have an extension in between, and that way if something goes wrong with the wheel light, you can just remove the wheel light. And it's designed in a way to where once you install the brackets, the wheel lights just go right on and off. So you don't have to actually even take your calipers off or your brake rotors or anything like that. You just got to take your wheel off. 2 seconds later, you got the wheel light off, and you can disconnect it and put a new one on, and boom, you got everything taken care of. So please pay attention to who you're purchasing from. It's ended up costing you a lot of money. This lady essentially paid a lot of money to put them on and then to get them yanked off and put a good quality kit back on. And just to show you here, we did finish this installation. I mean, you can tell that how this is not going anywhere. I mean, basically what I'm bending here is actually the brake shield back here. I'm not even bending the actual product itself. And that's what you want. You can't take a chance and have these things being sloppy and wobbling around your wheels and brakes and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, thanks for watching. Check these guys out. GENSSI.com. Thank you. About 178 different modes. You can do any solid color that you like. You can control it with a remote, or you can control it with an app. The app is definitely a lot better. This is a remote, solid colors you got here. Obviously you can do almost any color that you like, especially through the app. Then you have 178 modes. Now you can speed the modes up. As you can see, this is kind of slow, so we can speed them up. There you go. And then you can change modes. Let's go different modes. And if the mode is too fast, you can change it so you can see what it actually does. And it has a brake function, so if you hit the brakes, everything turns red on all four corners. If you hit the blinker, that's the passenger, and then you got the driver's side. And once you let go of the blinker, everything goes back to normal. Thanks for watching.